Good morning everyone. Well, I'm back on board today. I'm only going to do the daily reads for the rest of the week and then I'll get back into the star signs again next week. I want to say a big thank you to you all for your support and for being patient with me. I slept last night really well, so I feel really good this morning, except for I'm a bit dozy. Let's just catch up on a couple of things. I will be back reading out of Port Kembla from next week, so if you wanted to have a face-to-face reading in your local, of course, I'll be back at Port Kembla on Thursdays. If you want any information on that, you only have to write to me. If you want to book a reading, you would have to book, but you could try walking in. It might be quiet the first couple of weeks. I now have a booking calendar on my website, so you can go there and book your own readings in the time you want them. It's working exceptionally well. If you find though the times do not correspond with yours, like I sometimes get calls from the UK because the times just don't quite work, then contact me directly. Don't give up on me. I do keep extra time aside. I'm only trialing the calendar with a few days a week to see how it goes. Other than that, I think we can pretty much get in with the reading today. I'm sure there's lots more things coming up, but yeah, so this week I'm just going to carry on doing the daily reads for the next few days. I know a lot of you love the daily reads, so and then I'll get back to doing the signs as per normal on Monday. Alrighty. We are going to use the beautiful, what do they call it? The Beautiful Creatures Tarot for your reading. And we're starting off with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card that talks of, well, on this particular card it talks of treachery. The Seven of Swords is a card for me that has so many different meanings and comes up in a lot of different scenarios. It basically, in the traditional tarot, shows somebody running away from a camp with some swords in hand. This can be somebody who's strategizing against the enemy, trying to get away with something, whether that's sort of not so negative or sometimes it's seen as being a very negative card. Just depends on what other things are going on around it, but can mean trying to escape from something without being seen. All right, where are we going? Ten of Swords here. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, I'm feeling with the 7 and 10 here that there may be an energy of trying to avoid some sort of confrontation, some ending. Maybe you're trying to avoid an ending here with the 10 of Swords. It's sort of the energy of avoiding sort of either speaking up or speaking out, but there's definitely an avoiding of something here. Let me just go a bit further. And then the 7 of Wands. Wow. All right, it's like you're hanging tight to something here. So the 7 of Wands is about standing your ground, standing up for something, being stuck in that energy of holding tight. It's like you're holding on to something rather than releasing it or understanding how to release it. Just take one more. 3 of Swords. Okay. Ace of Cups here. Okay, so what I'm feeling is it's like you're hanging on to something just so that you don't feel the pain of something. It's like you're avoiding an ending, or not addressing an ending, trying to avoid something because you fear the pain of it. Let's get into the reading a little bit deeper. It's the energy I'm getting through is like you may have someone that, you know, in your life, say a friend or a family member, who's creating a lot of pain and anxiety for you. But it's really difficult for you to end that situation, maybe because you feel you have obligations. It may be that you don't want to hurt that person, which is codependency. But there's something here that you are not, it's sort of like you're avoiding letting go of something for fear of hurting yourself. It's like you don't want to break your own heart. So let's have a look and see what's going on. All right, so I have the 2 of Wands. Well, that would make sense right here. What I'm seeing in that mini read though is there is an understanding because the Ace of Cups is there, that if you let go of something, it's because you either love yourself or you're starting to understand how to love yourself at a point where you are understanding how to release something. So that's what I'm feeling here. And now I see the Two of Wands. I feel there's like a choice on which direction to go in. It's like you're holding on to something rather than creating pain for yourself, but actually in letting it go, you're creating more love within yourself, or you're allowing love to come in. Two of Wands is very much about taking a new pathway. So it's almost like you're at a crossroads, or at an energy of being at a crossroads where you're confused about which direction to go in. And I feel like here Spirit is saying, in order to move in the new direction, you need to let go of something which is creating pain for you or is not bringing you in the love you want. All right. Let's get into this. It feels really weird doing this after a few days off, I've got to say. Okay. Right, so we have the Moon here. Okay. With the Magician and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Moon card tells me that there is either deception here, but I don't feel like somebody's deceiving you. It feels to me like you're deceiving yourself here from walking a new pathway. So it's like you're holding on to something here because you feel that it's what you want, but there's something that you're concealing from yourself with this Moon card. Because I have the Magician here, which tells me that you can create what you want, but you're not seeing it because you're hanging on to some sort of energy here. The Queen of Wands is a beautiful energy. Yes, it represents Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. But more than that, this is about being very powerful in who you are. This is a person who knows who they are. They feel very confident in what they do. So it's sort of like you have everything you need here with the Magician. It's like you know what you should be doing. You know the direction this needs to go in. But it's like you're holding back and being stubborn about letting something go in order to move in this new direction. You know, it could be a job. I keep feeling here it's like a job or a career or something here that you are holding on to because you're worried if you let it go, you won't have new opportunities. Where the Magician here in the Ace of Cups tells me everything is waiting for you on the other side, but you have to release something first. Now, for some of you, it could be a relationship that's not going anywhere. But I'm feeling really, really strongly here that for some of you, it may be other things as well. Like maybe you're living in a place, in a rental property, where you have really awful neighbours and you don't feel that you can go and say to them, you know, you're making a lot of noise at night, your music's really loud, and maybe you've tried other avenues, but it's like you're holding back on telling the truth or speaking up here. Because this sort of Moon says to me, you're hiding something here. But the Magician also says to me, you have everything you need to get past this. There's a decision that needs to be made here with this Two of Wands. All right, so we have the Page of Wands coming through, authenticity and boredom. This is really, really interesting reading. Because I feel like here there's an opportunity now coming to you that's going to help you move in a new direction or help you see things in a very different way to what you did before. So there's a release coming here. And it's like you've been traveling with this, whatever this is, that if it's resonating with you for whatever reason or whatever level of life, it's like you've hung on to it for so long that you can't see the wood for the trees. It's sort of like you're stuck in this energy now and feeling like you can't get out of it. But the universe is sort of talking about you being true to who you are here. And there's an energy here that maybe you need to remember who you are to move forward. It's like you're stuck in a very negative, like I can't do anything about this environment. The universe definitely sending in some sort of information here, something here to help you move forward with the Wheel of Fortune, the Justice card. I feel like for some of you, I'm talking about a cycle for sure. something that you've been stuck in for a while. The Justice card always sort of lets me know that there's some sort of karmic energy going on here that you need to release. But it's like you've been holding on. That's what it feels like. You know, when you've been doing something for such a long time that it feels normal. So maybe you've always avoided speaking up for yourself. Maybe you've always avoided confrontation. Maybe you've always thought that it was better just to hide in the shadows here. But there's an energy here that you're going to have to change because it's not working for you. But what I feel like too is it's like you can see it now when you couldn't before. So, you know, and I do have people saying that to me. You know, I feel like, you know, I've been stuck in some sort of wind tunnel and I haven't really seen what was going on. But now I've seen something, and that's what it looks like here. Now, I know I get a lot of this when people are stuck in like relationships. And you start to research what's going on in your relationship, trying to understand it at a deeper level. And I can see people researching here. So it's like doing work around something that's happening with you that you don't quite understand, but you've been stuck in this pattern for a long time, and now you're starting to really investigate what has kept you trapped here. Really interesting reading. There's some sort of information coming to hand here. You're going to discover something that's going to help you move away from this energy though. All right, so we have the Seven of Swords. So I feel like this is almost, it's not like self-sabotage. It's like you're trying to either strategize how to move away from something, how to get away from something. I feel that you may be avoiding completing this cycle here with the Ten of Swords, because of the Seven of Wands being such a card of stubbornness, hanging on, waiting, seeing if things change, that type of energy. So if you've got noisy neighbours and you're not getting any sleep, you might be just hoping that sooner or later they're going to move out rather than having to speak up. There's definitely sort of this avoiding of heartache and pain, whereas Spirit is definitely saying to you here with this Ace of Cups, something beautiful is on the other side of this. Once you walk away here, there is some sort of information coming to you that's going to help you get more grounded with this particular situation, and you may be able to see it in a very different way. But it's almost like you're trying to hide something away from yourself. You're trying to hide the truth away from yourself. So you're seeing it, your mind and body is seeing it, but you're just avoiding something here. Eight of Pentacles coming through. Yeah, I feel like some of you, this may be to do with work. The Hanged Man. So there is a time of taking time out to see things differently. The Ten of Cups, I like that a lot. That's really nice. So I feel like for some of you, this could be about your workplace. It could be about a job you're stuck in. It could be about a career that you're not seeing. So you may have, for example, been nursing for a really long time and the nursing is done. You may not want to do nursing anymore, but you can't see an escape. It's like, this is all I know, so I need to stay here. For others of you, this may be a relationship, but I'm not feeling romantic here. I'm really feeling it could be a friendship or a family situation. But there's definitely a need for you to move on from something. But I do see contemplation in the Hanged Man. So the universe is just saying to you, you have to see this from the other perspective. But maybe you're already feeling it at deep level, but with that Seven of Swords, you're not admitting it to yourself. But the Ten of Cups tells me that once you do, things are going to really turn around for you here with the Ten of Cups. What a beautiful reading. All right, let's get you we'll read a lay vampire card. Oh, it's nearly Halloween. I should be wearing Halloween clothes. I have to dig them out again. All right, let's see what comes out with this. Whoops, and there it is, Redemption. Interesting. Card 20. Vampiric creatures in myth and legends are rarely sorry for their actions, but you do not know how sorry we are for so much of what we've done. Penitence is a kind of healing, so when this card comes to you, you've been shown clearly that you need to feel the relief of saying sorry. The penitence is not made to burden or punish the self, but to relieve the self from the negative impact of imbalanced action, thoughts and words. It hurts us when we hurt another. It is a form of self-abuse to indulge a momentary urge for spite or selfishness or greed, because you will pay for that over and over. And you resist the apology you do, for we have seen it. You fight the need to say, I can do better. For you can, you truly can, and to admit to such is not to take blame or to be made wrong. For anyone wishing to do this, is not a pure soul. But for you to recognize a misdeed and to affirm that you are better than that by saying, I'm sorry, this is humble, beautiful, and strengthening thing. To say sorry is to be redeemed from the self-hatred, the judgment, and the silent criticism that otherwise repeats throughout your mind. Be what you are, sorry, repent, but do not punish yourself. Be sorry for the right reasons. This is not sorry for being human, for loving, for making a mistake. It is sorry for hurting another who expected you to be your best self. And what that best self is, you must decide and aim to become. I feel like somehow or another there's sort of a feeling here that you are taking responsibility for this situation rather than sort of addressing it or moving on. So the sorry I feel here is because maybe you need to hurt someone to move away. Maybe you need to apologize to someone because you feel that you can't deal with this situation any longer. But I feel like they're quite right here in that the sorry is something that you are feeling because you need to make a choice or go in a different direction here. But it's definitely coming through that you are starting to understand this, whatever it is. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you.